Hey guys! So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the OPI Xpress press-on nails. Now, I have been seeing ads on these all over Instagram, and when I went to Ulta a couple weeks ago and I saw these, I knew immediately that I had to get them and do a review video on them, just because I've been seeing a lot of good things about them, and OPI is such a good, nail brand that I really wanted to give these a try. So really quickly, before I open these up and get into the actual application process, I just want to quickly talk about the packaging. I think it's super cute. I love the fact that this looks like a little nail polish bottle. I also like how this whole thing kind of looks like a little bag. It's definitely not practical for storing, but it is super cute. I like that it has this little tear thing here. That'll definitely make it a lot easier when actually opening this up, just because some or most press-on nail packaging, it's kind of a pain in the ass to open it. It of course has, kind of the information as to what you're getting. On the back, it gives brief instructions as to how to apply it. Most press-on brands do this, so this isn't new to me. However, it has a little sustainable or sustainability point thing here that talks about how these are reusable, they're PCR, and they're vegan. So that's really cool. It's helping the environment. And on the side here, it has a little QR code, which I didn't even know that. Just saw it a moment ago. Yeah, I really like the packaging. I think it's super cute. The shade that I got is Bubble Bath, and I got them in Long Coffin. As many of you probably know, I love coffin, and I also love nude pink as well. On camera, this might not look like a nude pink, but in person, it definitely is. So when I saw these, I knew I had to get these. Even though there was a ton of other colors, I wanted these specifically. This is just how I am. Don't ask why. But anyway, let's get into the actual process of applying these. So let's go ahead and open this up by tearing, oh, that didn't tear completely. That's okay. We can still open it like this. Get this open, there we go. Hot off the press, that's cute. I like that. So let's go ahead and pull this out. It comes in this little tray here. Oh, it actually has a little separator thing. It has 3 little separating things here. That's actually really neat. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pull all of these apart. It has a little instruction manual, very nice. It has the extra tips in here. I like that they actually have it in a little bag, because most press-on nails don't do that, and it's a bit annoying to open it up and then all of a sudden they're just flying everywhere. But you have your press-ons that are displayed, and then you have them here, which again, I like that it's in a little bag. You get your nail glue, a little file, a little cuticle pusher, and then of course the prep pad. So this little white thing that was separating everything actually is a little thing to put your nail tips on, so then it's easier to keep them separated, which is really nice because there's definitely been times where I've accidentally grabbed the wrong nail tip for the wrong finger, and then have already stuck it on and I can't do anything about it. So it's really cool that they have this, that way you can keep them all separated. So when you open up the instructions, it has basically everything that you need to know. It shows what actually comes in the kit, which is really nice. It of course has how to apply them. So let's go ahead and read through this and do this step by step. So I just really quickly moved everything to the side here so that it was easier to read this. So the first step says to cover your natural nail with each press-on to find your perfect size. Use the Nail Your Look guide inside the pack to lay out the tips that fit. They're talking about this little thing. And then it shows here, which I've seen a lot of people do this, and I'm glad that they have this. It shows that the number is supposed to be at the tip, and then, this little round part is supposed to be at the cuticle. I've seen people put the cuticle part at the top and then the actual nail part at the bottom, which isn't right. So I do like the fact that they actually have that. And then here it has a little pro tip, which says choose a smaller nail if in between sizes. This prevents debris from getting under the nail and breaking down the glue bond. I don't necessarily agree with that, because if you go for a nail that's the smaller size, you have a chance of it popping off. So I'm not going to go for a smaller size if that happens, just because I don't want the nail to pop off. But let's go ahead and follow this step. So as you can see, I went ahead and dumped the nails that were in this little display thing and that were in this little bag out on my table. That way I can just sift through and, you know, find my size. So let's go ahead and do that. These actually are very curved, which is really nice. And they're very, very strong. I'm like really pushing at this and this is not breaking. So these are super, super strong. But let's go ahead and set, that's way too big. These are way too big for my little itty bitty fingers. But let's see here. Okay, this fits a little bit better. So if you're kind of using this as a tutorial based kind of video, the best way to size your nail tips is to push it up against your cuticle and then look from sidewall to see if it's leaking out on the sides or if it's covering the sides completely. If it's not, so let me see if I can find one that's maybe a little bit smaller. Let's go for something like this. Like this is way too small. And I'm not putting any sort of pressure on it, and it looks like it's covering my nail completely, but it really isn't. You can see right there that it's not. If I were to push down on this, it might fit, but I'm not going for a smaller size because it will squeeze my nail bed, and then there will be a chance of it popping off. So off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and size up all my nails, and then I will be right back. Okay, this makes me very happy. They have a very, very tiny, tiny nail for your pinky, which makes me so happy because I have very tiny pinkies, and anytime I have bought press-on nails, the nails are always way too big. Even like the smallest nail for your pinky is still way too big for my pinky. So I am very, very happy that they have very itty bitty little pinkies for your pinkies. So I went ahead and I sized all my nail tips. Now, this is normally how I separate my nail tips or my press-on nails. If you want to use this, you absolutely can. I'm not using it just because I'm used to doing it this way, and I find that this is the easiest way for me to keep my nails separated. But anyway, let's read the next step of the instructions. It says, number 2, which is shaping. It says, do hue with custom lengths and nail shapes using the shape up side of your file. Our classic and long tips can be transformed in many ways. That's funny, many ways. And then this kind of just gives you a list of, I guess, how to shape these. So that's really cool. I like that they kind of have that, because if you like the color of this, but you don't like the shape, you can just change it up. So I think that's really cool that they have that. So the next part of the instructions is the actual prepping process of the instructions. So this says, press for success with properly prepped nails. Start by removing nail lacquer if needed. I don't have any nail lacquer, meaning nail polish, which I don't have any of that on my nails. The next step, it says you may need to clip or file your natural length shorter to ensure press-ons fully cover your nails. Use the shape up side of your file, which my nails are already filed down, so I don't need to worry about doing that. The next step says lightly buff your nail surface with the buff side of your file. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the little file that's in here, and I'm going to go ahead and just start lightly buffing my nails. So I'm actually not going to be using this side, only because you can kind of see it's like adding shine back onto my nails, which is not what you want. You want to get rid of any shine so that the glue will stick and stay. So I'm going to be using the shape up side to buff up my nails. That way these actually last for about 2 to 3 weeks. So my nails are all buffed. Now I do want to say this really quickly. If you end up using the Shape Up side like I did, just be very gentle when you're buffing your nails. This is definitely a little more gritty, so you don't want to go ham with the buffing on this. I definitely don't recommend using this side only because, as you saw, it was adding shine back onto my nails, which is what you don't want. You don't want to add that back onto your nails. You want to get rid of it. So if you do end up using the Shape Up side, just be gentle when you're buffing. So let's go ahead and read the next step of the prepping process, which is the wipe. It says remove dust and debris from nails with the Prep to Express pad. So they're talking about this. So let's go ahead and do that. So I thoroughly wiped off all the dust with the little wipe, and now let's move on to the next step, which is to push back our cuticles. It says push back cuticles using the cuticle stick. Now, I normally do this before I actually buff my nails, and the reason I do that is because when you push back your cuticles, you are revealing more of the natural nail. So the fact that they have you do this after buffing your nails, not really a huge fan of, but we're going to follow the instructions and go ahead and do that. So my cuticles are now pushed back, and the next step is to apply the press-ons. So this says to apply, remove the glue cap, then gently squeeze the bottle. For longer wear, apply glue to the back of your press-on nail and your natural nail. Pro tip, for short-term wear, apply glue to press-on nail only. I like that they have that because not everyone's going to want to wear these for 2 to 3 weeks. They might want to wear them for maybe a week or just for a couple of nights. So I like that they have that. And then down here, it says line up the bottom of your press-on with your cuticle line. Cuticle line meaning your cuticle area. Xpress and hold for 30 seconds, applying pressure on all sides of the nail. If glue seeps out from under your press-ons, quickly clean it up using your cuticle stick. So before I actually start applying these, I am going to do a little bit of filing of the cuticle area just because these are a little bit more on the kind of squarish side, and my cuticles are a little bit more round. So I'm going to just do that really quickly, and then we can actually start applying these. So I have filed the cuticle area of these to match better with my cuticles. So now we can actually get into applying these. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we open these, and these can sometimes be tricky to open. Oh, this was actually very easy to open. Very nice. Sometimes these are really hard to open, so I am glad that this was easy to open. But let's start applying these. So this is just kind of a pro tip. Start with your pinkies and then work down to your thumbs. That way you always have your thumbs to work with. And how I'm going to apply these is with the method of putting the glue on the nail and on my natural nail. Okay, so the press-ons are on, but I just wanted to quickly mention this. This is a little pro tip. Before you close your glue, clean it off using some acetone and like a paper towel or a lint-free wipe. That way when you close it, the lid doesn't get stuck to it. I've had many times where I haven't cleaned up the top and then the glue either closes this up or I can't get the lid off. So that's just a little pro tip for you. So before I give my final thoughts on these, I'm just gonna go ahead and file the top a little bit. Sometimes when you get press-ons, they have little bits of the tops that were popped off before they were put into packaging. So sometimes you get these little, like, I don't know what you would call these, like tabs on the top. So I'm going to just file that a little bit, and I might file the sides a little bit just because on like some of my nails, maybe you can see it on this one, it kind of like spreads out here and then it goes back to being like thin at the top again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that little bit of fixing, and then I will give my final review. So my final thoughts on these press-ons, I actually really like them. They're super strong. They have a nice C-curve to them, though the C-curved is a little bit too C-curved for my taste. I'll definitely get used to that. They are perfect, especially this time of year. If you know, can't get into your nail salon or you don't want to spend like $40 to $60 on a set, these are perfect because they're nice and strong and they look like you just went and got them done at a salon. Of course, if you don't have any air bubbles like I do, but we're just gonna ignore that. There's a couple of things in the instructions that I don't really like, but for the most part, I actually really like these and I might buy more, to be honest. But yeah, I definitely recommend these. I definitely recommend that you get these, especially if you just wanna pop some nails on and be done with it. So that was my review on the OPI press-on nails. Let me know if there's other press-on nails that you guys would like me to try out and give a review on. If you guys like this video, consider hitting that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you guys get notified as new videos that I upload. If it even works, and if it doesn't work, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I not only update you guys as new videos that I upload, but that's also where I share my work that you guys normally wouldn't see here in these videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!